हरे कृष्णा प्रभु, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम सब। हरे
हरे
कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
It will start. Let's do.
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
हरे
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Okay. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपीजन बल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय
जय
राधा
राधा
माधव
माधव
कुंज बिहारी,
हरि गोपीजन
गोपीजन
वल्लभ
बल्लभ
गिरिवरधारी।
गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय
जय
राधा
राधा
माधव
माधव
कुंज बिहारी
कुंज
गोपीजन वल्लभ
वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गिरिवरधारी।
जसोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, जमुना तीर वनचारी।
यशोदानंदन
नंदन
व्रज
ब्रज
जन
जन
रंजन
रंजन, यमुना
यमुना
तीर वनचारी।
तीरावनचारी।
जसोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, जमुना तीर वनचारी।
यशोदानंदन
यशोदानंदन
व्रज
ब्रज
जन
जन
रंजन
रंजन, यमुना
यमुना
तीर वनचारी।
तीरावनचारी।
जय जय श्री राधा माधव भगवान की जय, श्री
जय
प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय।
So, who else in the call so far? Radha Mataji. Okay, let me put an attendance quickly. Then we'll go. Today is 6/15th, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, happy Father's Day to all of you.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Sorry, Mataji, we missed the Mother's Day. So
It's okay.
it's it's a Father's Day. So let's chant the Mangalacharan. Om Jnanatimirandhasya ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः।
नमः।
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं
स्थापितं
येन भूतले
येन
स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं।
पदान्तिकम्
वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपादकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहागण रघुनाथनितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहागण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते,
जगत्पते
गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्तुते।
नमस्तुते।
तप्त कांचन गौरांगी
राधे
राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी,
वृंदावनेश्वरी
वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये।
प्रिय
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च, पतितानं पावनेभ्यो
नामगामिभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमः।
नमो नमः।
जय श्री
जय
कृष्ण
श्री कृष्ण
चैतन्य प्रभु
चैतन्य
नित्यानंद,
प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री
श्री अद्वैत
अद्वैत
गदाधर
गदाधर
श्रीवासादि
श्री
गौरभक्त
गौर
वृंद।
भक्तंज।
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
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 हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
हरे हरे,
कृष्ण कृष्ण
हरे राम हरे
हरे
राम
राम राम
राम राम
राम हरे
हरे हरे।
हरे। शिल प्रभु।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवमीश्वरं श्रीचैतन्यदेवम्। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे
हरे राम राम
राम
राम
राम हरे हरे।
हरे हरे।
शिल
Okay,
प्रभुपाद की जय।
okay. All right. Can you see my screen? Can you see
यस
the screen,
प्रभु जी।
Prabhuji? Yeah.
यस प्रभु जी।
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ॐ
ॐ
नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ
ॐ
नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ
ॐ
नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
So we are going to go through this chapter 16, the doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, Jaya and Vijaya cursed by the sages. So we heard about the pregnancy of Didi and also the appearance of Baraha. So now Maitreya Muni is talking about why Baraha appeared in the scene. So this was presented by my student. Okay. So it has 37 verses and especially the Lord apologized to the Kumaras. Yeah, the curse means when this incident has happened. So sometimes Prabhupada mentioned that even though it is Vaikuntha, it is not Vaikuntha because it is the gate outside of Vaikuntha. So, but anyway, different descriptions of different acharyas on the topic of why somebody fell down from Vaikuntha, so doorkeepers, and then Lord came out from his inner chamber. He had to, satisfy Kumaras and the situation of the Kumaras. The Kumaras replied to Lord Narayan, 16 to 25 and 26 to 32. The Lord reconciled the situation and Lord Brahma concludes the narration. So this is, and if you see here, the two doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, Jaya and Vijaya. So first one, the Lord apologized to the Kumaras. Just imagine this is maybe the one particular chapter where the Lord apologizes. This is the only one. Have you seen anywhere in Bhagavatam? So that is rarely you'll find out. So you can see the glorious situations or the divine positions of Kumaras and how the Lord really reciprocates with them. So 2 to 5, I approve the punishment. I consider this an offense by myself because it is the duty of the master to admit the problem, just like Abul Kalam Azad in APJ, our Prime President of India, or earlier president, he said, whenever in the development of space technology, when he was the director, he will give credit to his team. And whenever there is a failure, he will make a conference and he will say to the media, yeah, we failed it. When there is a success, then he will delegate to his one of his co-member or team members to announce it. So that was his leadership style. But it is not. So God also here, he is the master of the Vaikuntha, is Vaikuntapati. So whenever there is some problem comes, anything in situations, then he did not say, oh yeah, my people are bad, kick them out. Rather than he said, this is, I consider this as my offense. So, and then 6 to 7, I became glorious because of the Brahmanas. How Lord Vishnu, sometimes we say that you were saying as a lip service, you know, but he lived with this word. That's why people say, right? Do you live with your word? Whenever you say, oh, मैं देश के लिए मर मिटूंगा, I will do for this, I will. But at the end, we don't do anything in the things, whatever you are saying. So when you don't do excel, then you are not consider your words are so much of importance. But just see when God says Brahmanas or Vaishnavas are important because they came from the mouth, and also I eat through the mouth of the Brahmanas. That's satisfied. So this is very, very interesting topic to understand the glorious situations of Lord Krishna, how he apologized, and then he also lived with his word by the Brahmanas, that he loved the Brahmanas. And 8 to 9, I enjoy food through the mouth of Brahmana, and I take that dust also. 10 to 11, people who respect Brahmana pleases me. This is natural. Those who respect the Brahmana, they can also please the Lord. And let my servants come back to me soon. So he's also at the same time, he's giving protection. So this situation in the around 12, you will see a noble person's characteristics. He apologized. He glorified earlier verses many times in different situations. You will see Namo Brahmana Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya, Jagaditaya, Krishnaya, Govindaya, Namo Namo. Because he's not only, then he will say that Brahmana is coming from this mouth. I eat in all the yajnas, remnants offered in the yajnas is not that important. Then you feed the Brahmanas, I eat through them. So whenever he's saying, then he is also coming and apologizing to the feet of the Brahmanas, which is Chaturkumaras. And also he is not neglecting because they did mistakes. So now, yeah, you're out. Sometimes somebody got done mistakes. The American government will do some mistakes, then okay, you're fired. No more 401k, no more pension for you. But Lord is okay, I want them to come back to me soon. But I'm not saying they should not get punishment. So this is the mindset of the Lord. And in 13 to 15, you see the situations of the Kumaras. The Lord was happy. So the Kumaras are always, when they saw the Supreme Personality Godhead, they're so much happy because of their earlier the sentiments and love and affection. That's why they're running towards to see the Lord in the Vaikuntha. So in next one, the 16 to 25, you alone protect the Brahmanas. You respect to set an example. You don't depend on anyone's mercy. But they are saying to power. You are not saying that you are just mercy of the Brahmanas. Brahmanas are mercy from you, and you are yourself is supremely independent. And not only that, everyone is under your mercy. But God is saying that I am mercy of Brahmana, the way he's saying that, because I am glorious. But Kumara is saying that you are glorious yourself. Both are kind of praising each other. And because two faultless men, we accept whatever you are on them or us. So they are saying that, okay, if you wanted to give us any punishment, we are also, we get it. Because these two gentlemen, what they do, Munayo Deva Helanath means, Munayo means rishis, and Deva, because they have Helana means neglected to respect. So that's why they deserve to be punished. Then in 26 to 32, the Lord reconciled the situation, means punishment on them is ordained by me. So he said that the punishment is necessary. There are 10 incidents in Bhagavatam where you will find out Lord has approved punishment. During the time of Aswathama, what Draupadi was saying, no punishment, right? But Lord Krishna said punishment is necessary. So why do Lord allow his punishment? Why do he keep Yamaraj? Because punishment is the only thing which brings correction. If you don't get punished, you will not be corrected. So that's why the punishment is given even to the Brahmanas, Vaishnavas in the Vaikuntha Loka. So what to speak of us? When his own children, great grandson, they also try to, ridicule the Brahmanas by making uh, who was the person who they made pregnant, the boy in Dwapara. Okay, so when they sent it in front of the sages, hey, can you tell us what is the womb of this woman, the boy or a girl? But the sages are not fake. They can understand not only the womb, they can understand who the person is. Then they cursed it. They cursed them. Whatever you find out in the womb will be the cause of the destructions of Yadu Vansa. That's it. Lord Krishna himself would counter it at this kind of situation. He is himself the master of the yoga. He is a Yogeshwara. What is that for the small curse? No, you did me. You get punishment. You get punishment from Brahmana. So we have to be very, very careful getting punishment from a Brahmana. So Brahmadanda. So Jaya and Vijaya fell from Vaikuntha and entered Ditisum. So the sages departed from Vaikuntha after this one. Then Lord to Jaya and Vijaya, I don't nullify the Brahmana's curse. Go to the material world. Lakshmi foretold this. He returned to me meditating on me. So what does it mean, this sentence here? Lakshmi foretold this? Because this is not the first time they did. They did to Lakshmi also. When Lakshmi comes to inside the gate, they will stop Lakshmi also. Hmm. Hmm. Cannot go. Lakshmi. It is not that they're stopping it, but the attitude they will show as if they are the boss here. Lakshmi ji, where are you going? So Lakshmi was not happy also, and she told her to Vishnu that this Jaya and Vijaya are getting, irritated. They are stopping me, just like wife you're stopping. You're stopping the first lady into the White House, security guard. So she is the first lady of
This is
Vaikuntha.
this is like in India, bro. I don't know in
Uh,
Odisha or other, but in Calcutta, when you go to doctor, right, the
uh,
compounder sitting who's just managing the chart, right? Who
uh,
will go? So they show more attitude than the doctor, actually.
uh,
The gatekeeper.
yeah,
They should be
they
punished.
they pretty
Yes,
honest, yeah.
Prabhuji. You are correct, Prabhuji.
So not only that, I'm telling in Prabhupada after coming back from America, first time he went to India, right? He went with his American disciple. Then he went to the bank, and that the guy security guard is, hey, cannot go because they think all the sadhus are bhikaris.
Mhm.
It's the attitude of India. Just imagine, Prabhupada has been humiliated so much of times, and then he was, what is going on? I have an account. Prabhupada saying, I have an account. I can go. Then this guard is, because they think anybody is for teacher, not wearing suit and coat. Maybe the suit and coat guy has only 10 rupees. They will allow. And then the bank manager came. Oh, sir, Prabhupada, please come. You have an account, yes. So, like the reason I'm saying that these guards are very dicey situation. Don't try to be so much because it has power also. At the same time, you get the powerful costs also. So when you are doing our service, we have to be very, very careful. So Jaya and Vijaya fell from Vaikuntha, and the prowess of these two asuras disturbed you. Only the Lord can come to your rescue. So Brahma is telling to the demigods that what is the powerful? 100 years they are inside the womb of the mother, right? When they are there, it is so much of disturbance in the earth and in the entire universe. Just like when there is an earthquake, it is said that a demon is born. So find out who was born on that day. A demon was born that definitely. So find out. So you have to Kali Yuga is everybody is a small demon only. Okay. Can somebody read first two bullet point?
Sure, Prabhu, I can go. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:16, the two doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, Jaya and Vijaya, cursed by sages, the Lord apologized to Kumaras 1 to 12. Lord Brahma congratulates the sages for their words, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, residing in the kingdom of God, addresses the sages. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:16, first text. The personality of Godhead said, these attendants of mine, Jaya and Vijaya, by name, have committed a great offense against you because of ignoring me. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:16, second text. Tatva prasdasyami adya brahma davyam param hi me tad tithi atma kritam mane yatsva pombhir ashat kritha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Can somebody read the last one?
Yeah, the Lord acknowledges an offense committed by his attendants, Jaya and Vijay, and approves of the punishment meted out by the devoted sages. Emphasizing the sanctity of devotees, the Lord expresses regret for the actions of his attendants, comparing the offense to a spot of leprosy affecting the entire body. The Lord highlights the purifying power of hearing his glories and assures the, I can't see the rest of it, sorry.
Yeah, so it needs to be.
Ah, ah,
Yeah, no worry. Thoda,
okay.
some of
Haribol.
this is not coming in the. Okay. So in these sections, you can see that how the offense committed by Jaya and Vijaya. So it is not like they slapped it, it is an attitude, the most likely the attitude which was causing the problem, and then the Lord has to intervene. And he was also saying that the punishment, because somebody does some mistakes, then Lord also allows. So when you're getting punished, then you're corrected. So there is no more fall down again. By Yat Sivaya Charana Padma Pavitra Renum. So because Bhagavan Krishna has the same thing as Pavitra Renum, means there's like sacred dust at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that will wipe out the sin. Because what's this the sin is? Yat Sevaya Charana Padma Pavitra Renum. By serving the lotus feet, all the sins, even any kind of sins is there, which will be there, but offense will not be wiped out. That needs to have level of correction. Okay. Okay, I need another volunteer to read it here.
I will read, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
Hare Krishna. SB 3.16 The two who doorkeepers Vaikuntha, Jaya and Vijaya हैं cursed by sages. The Lord apologizes to Kumara 1 to 12. To me, the Brahmana is the highest and most not beloved not personality. The disrespect shown by my attendants has actually been displayed by me because the doormen are my servitors. I take this to be an offense by myself. Therefore, I seek your forgiveness for the incident that has arisen SB 3.16.2 text. To confirm an offense at the feet of a devotee of the Lord is a great wrong. Even when a living entity is promoted to Vaikuntha, there is still the chance that he may commit offense. But the difference is that when one is in the Vaikuntha planet, even if it by chance one commits an offense, he is protected by the Lord. This is the remarkable fact in the dealings of the Lord and the servitors, as seen in the present incident concerning Jaya and Vijay. The word atikramam used herein indicates that in offering a devotee, one neglects the Supreme Lord as by 3.16.2 purport. The Lord not highlights the purifying power of hearing His glories and assures the sages of His willingness to whom rectify any wrong. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, so Yad Brahmanasya Mukhatas Charato Anughasam means whatever you feed in the Brahmanas. That's why the Lord is interested. That result is itself is very auspicious. And here he says Atikramam. This is called like Maryada Atikramam. To commit offenses. Also they have done, just like here you see they are stopping with their sword, right? Their club. In the gate you can see Kumaras are not allowed. Hey, naked boys, out from here. So this is so whenever in our dealings in Mastami, in when you get a power in temple, we have to be very, very careful to not suppress or be in a jealous positions to stop people, because you always remember this are the stories of the Bhagavatam, which helps us a better devotee. That's the main thing. Okay, so I need another volunteer to read it. Can somebody read it? This.
Okay, I read. By mistake, the doorman held the sages from entering Vaikuntha Loka, but because they were engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord, their annihilation was not expected by advanced devotees. The Lord's presence on the spot was very pleasing to the hearts of the devotees. The Lord understood that the trouble was due to his lotus feet not being seen by the sages, and therefore he wanted to please them by personally going there. The Lord is so merciful that even if there is some impediment for the devotee, he himself manages matters in such a way that the devotee is not bereft of having the audience at his lotus feet. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.16, 2 purport. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So, asserting his servitude to devotees, the Lord states that the dust of their feet is as significant as the Ganges water. The Lord describes the interconnectedness of Brahmanas, cows, and defenseless creatures with his own body and criticizes those who view them separately. The Lord values those who respect Brahmanas even when faced with harsh words and seeks the sage's permission for the return of his erring servants to his abode.
Prabhu, what is
Because,
the meaning of this line in the first? The Lord understood that the trouble was due to his lotus feet, not being seen by sages.
yeah, so because they are anxious, the Kumaras, to come and serve, to see the lotus feet of the Lord,
Oh, okay, okay.
they are coming. So that's what he knows, that this is because of they are too much of, you know, joy, and their excitement is there to see me, but they are blocked by so many
Mhm.
gates. They could have directly seen me, and that's why he is himself saying that it is because of this one. They have been already checked by the Jaya and Vijaya to check their own emotions, because they are already in the emotions to see the Lord, and Lord is not visible. So any impediment comes, Lord comes and helps these devotees. So just
Because
see. Hmm?
because four Kumaras wanted to have darshan of his lotus feet. That's why.
That is the reason. Yeah, that's why they
Mm.
wanted to have full darshan of the Lord, darshan of the lotus feet, and serve him. That's why they're coming to Vaikuntha, and they have been checked by the gentlemen here, because Kumaras are the only personalities who can travel, including Narada, to this world and that world
Mm.
freely with the same body. Kumara doesn't need to quit the body. So that means their body is spiritual.
Mhm.
That's why they are. Otherwise, nobody can enter Vaikuntha.
Right.
You cannot just go. I will go on my own. I cannot move out from earth to when heavenly planet. I need to do karma, pious activities to go to heaven. I need to do pious activities to go to Brahmalok. I cannot even so much of things to see even Brahma. So
Mm.
much of pious activities you need to do in order to see Lord Rudra, Lord Shiva. Even demigods we cannot see because we are not that much of highly honored Brahmanas. So, but Kumaras are so powerful. So anyway, Lord is again requesting him to that they will come back. Yes.
Yeah, Prabhu, I have a question. I read somewhere, where at which point did the Kumaras like switch over to become devotees? I heard that they smell the tulsi, flowers, and then they, became devotees. When was
They,
that?
they are eternal liberated devotees, but they are
Uh-huh.
in a mood of preaching of impersonalism earlier.
You see.
So just imagine, just being an impersonalism, how can they reach Vaikuntha?
Huh.
It is not possible. We are saying that Arya Krishna Param Padam Tat. So you cannot enter the Vaikuntha. So they are eternal devotees. Only thing is that has been completely their impersonal conception is gone. I mean, they still think that impersonal by impersonal understanding one can still come to God. That was their feeling is there. That minute mentality is gone from their mind. It doesn't mean that they are not eternal devotees. If you are not devotee, there is no question of we are standing in front of Vaikuntha.
Hmm.
Only the pure devotees are inside the Vaikuntha. So for
Okay.
that, so what has been mentioned in the Shastras, their Prabhupada says, their earlier impersonalists may not like the impersonalists of Shankaracharya.
Mhm.
Their view of Krishna's body as well as the impersonalism, the method of impersonalism, way to reach God, not in the sense of merging into the Lord, but the impersonalism, impersonal Brahman, talking about impersonal Brahman a lot, then they directly, we are chanting Hare Krishna means it's a direct bhakti yoga, direct conception of realizing God. But you are giving a lot of Brahman, then you are coming and finally a little bit you're talking about the lotus feet of the Lord, which is a kind of a mixture of these things. But they are pure devotees eternally. Okay. So now let's read the little about 3 paragraph. Anyone volunteer?
Yes,
All
Prabhu.
right.
I
Yeah,
can do.
go ahead.
The difference between the internal and the external energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is that in the internal energy or in the spiritual world, all the opulences are undisturbed, whereas in the external of or material energy, all the opulences are temporary manifestations. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:16-9. The
Thank you.
Brahmanas,
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
cows, and the defenseless creatures are my own body. Those who those whose faculty of judgment has been impaired by their own sin look upon there as distinct from me. They are just like furious serpents, and they are angrily torn apart by the bills of the vulture-like messengers of Yamraja, the superintendent of sinful persons. In some of the Bhagavatam readings, the word duhitra is used instead of duhatit, but in either case, the meaning is same. Duhatit means cow, and duit can also be used to mean cow, because the cow is supposed to be the daughter of the sun god. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:16 10th purport. It has been observed in many instances in the Vedic scriptures that when the Brahmanas or Vaishnavas curse someone in an angry mood, the person who is cursed does not take it upon himself to treat the Brahmanas or Vaishnavas in the same way. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:16 11th purport. Hare Krishna.
Hmm. So it is said that not making any difference between the cow, just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is also saying, right? Vidya Vinaya Sampanna Brahmane Govastini Sunichava Sapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. That means Brahmana Gavi Govastini Sunichava Sapakecha. That means a dog eater. So there is no difference because super soul is there. But here, especially the mode of goodness element, Krishna is mentioning about the cow and the Brahmana and the defenseless creature. There are many defenseless creatures. When you go and hit them, there is no way they will do anything. Just like people eat dragonfly, you go and take out their wings. Can you do it? Yeah, you can do it. Can they attack you? No. You can go and a butterfly wipe out there. It means you can do anything. So we can think that they are also part and parcel of God. So that is the thing Krishna is trying to. Otherwise, you are envious towards all the um, creatures. But we are sometimes envious towards the ants and all. We put, all kind of cockroach, put all kind of medicines and all because we have to also preserve our food. To some extent, we are also exhibiting our violence. Okay. The situations of Kumaraj. So the sages tried with wide open ears to understand the words from the lips of the Supreme Lord, but although his speech was very concise and meaningful, the sages could not completely comprehend what he was saying. They could not even comprehend the purport of the speech of what the Supreme Lord wanted to do, nor could they understand whether the Lord was angry or pleased with them. So it's very hard to know the mood of the Lord. He may say, he may sometimes do misjudgment or conclude. So they are in the situation. So it is better to ask, right? It is better to ask the Lord. So asserting a servitude to devotees, the Lord states that the dust of their feet is as significant as the Ganges water. And also he is mentioning about uh, Vaishnavas should be fully qualified. Anyone who has become Vaishnava has developed all the good qualities of the demigod. Sarvai gune tatre samasati sura. Hara bhaktasya kuto mahatguna. Right? Manorathina se dhavati bahi. So in Bhagavatam we say that all the qualities of if somebody become a devotee of God, all the qualities of demigods will manifest in him. So here very important part in the 14 purport, Krishna Prabhupada mentioning about that whether what is the Lord's speech is definitely very composed, calm and grave, just like a thunderbolt. But the sages could not understand whether he is really angry with them, he is pleased with me. So it is then the further interactions goes with them. Okay. Okay. Can somebody read the 13 to
Yes,
15?
sir. 1 minute. The hairs of their bodies stood erect due to their extreme joy. The highest opulence in the material world is called Paramastheya, the opulence of Brahma. But that material opulence of Brahma, who lives on the topmost planet within this material world, cannot compare to the opulence of the Supreme Lord, because the transcendental opulence in the spiritual world is caused by Yogamaya, whereas the opulence in the material world is caused by Mahamaya.
Yeah, so here if you see Yoga Maya Arabdha Paramastha Mahodayam. Paramastha is also Supreme Personality Godhead, and that expansion is Brahma here, and it is also considered by the Mahamaya. Go ahead, Prabhuji, read the next two.
The sages could understand that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is above everyone, was speaking as if he were in the wrong. Therefore, it was difficult for them to understand the words of the Lord. They could understand, however, that the Lord was speaking in such a humble way just to show them his all merciful favor. The Lord
Just like,
values,
yeah,
yes,
just a minute. Just like you see when Bhrigu went and kicked chest of Lord Vishnu, what did he say? Oh my God, my chest may be very hard. Hopefully, Bhrigu, he did not get any crack on your lotus feet. So Lord is always, any times you can see he's humble, extremely humble and affectionate towards his devotees and Brahmanas. He's never took weapon against the Brahmanas. So go ahead and read the last part.
the Lord values those who respect Brahmanas even when faced with harsh words, and seeks the sage's permission for the return of his erring servants to
His abode.
his abode.
So that's the thing. He has given the pleasing word humble. He did not go and say, hey, तुम वैकुंठ आया भैया मेरा घर आया तुम इधर मेरा नौकर के साथ बदतमीजी कर रहा है. He did not talk like that. How nice. They felt so delighted to see the Lord, and they could not understand the Lord is speaking so humble. The sages could not understand. They think that they have seen how humility in this world, but when they came to spiritual world, they see that the Lord is the embodiment of humility. That is the good thing to know here. It's like the rishis are saying now, read the despite their anger, the sages found immense satisfaction in the Lord's enchanting and profound speech, comparing it to Vedic hymns. The Lord's excellent speech was difficult to comprehend because of its momentous import and its most profound significance. The sages heard it with wide open ears and pondered it as well, but although hearing, they could not understand what he intended to do. The complexity of the Lord's words posed a challenge for the sages, who listened attentively and contemplated deeply without fully understanding his intentions. They don't understand what the Lord is really saying. Filled with delight and a thrilling experience, the sages expressed their uncertainty to the Supreme Personality Godhead. And the sages acknowledged the Lord as the Supreme Ruler and the ultimate example of honoring the Brahmanas. They recognize the Lord as the highest worshipable deity for both gods and Brahmanas. So God is the highest worshipable, and he's just see how he's worshipping Brahmanas. Not only it is a mere talk, he's really exhibiting the humility in front of Kumaras, and he's being apologizing for the mistakes of these two servants, and also he's thinking welfare of the servant that he can come back soon. And similarly, he's also awarding punishment to them. This is very nice. Okay, 16 to the Kumaras replied to Lord Tana. First vachan is Navayam Bhagavan Vidam. Can you repeat after me? Navayam Bhagavan Vidmas.
Yam Bhagavan
Vidvas
Tavadeva Chikirsitam.
Navadeva Chikisitam
Krito me anugrahas
Tunu Nugraha Stiti
Yat Adhyaksha Prabhasase.
Yat Adhyaksha Prabhasase.
So that will be here in English. Can somebody read the first three bullet point?
Nobody reading. Okay, I'll read. The sages express their inability to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead's intentions despite his favor towards them. They acknowledge the Lord as the Supreme Director of Brahminical culture, highlighting the highest position for Brahmins and his worship ability for both gods and Brahmins. The sages proclaim the Lord as the source of the eternal occupation for all living entities, the protector of religion, and the supreme objective of religious principles. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, because Brahmanyasya Param Devam.
Mm.
And that's why when he's saying Paramahansa Param Devam, because he's also the supreme director of the Brahminical culture. Who? Lord. Namo Brahmana Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya, Jagat Hitaya, Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namo. He's also the Brahmanas welfare, and he is worshipable deities of the Brahmanas and cows. And those are non different also in other terms you can find out. They marvel at the Lord's detachment from material desires and questions the concept of his purification through the dust of Brahmin's path of glorification by the marks on his chest. That is the Bhrigu story, that how Lord is also keeping. And then the goddess of fortune Lakshmi, the dust of whose feet is worn on the head by others, waits upon you as appointed, for she is anxious for secure a place in the abode of the king of bees, who hovers on the fresh wreath of tulsi leaves offered at your lotus feet by some blessed devotees. 20. So it will be saying the Sirasa Dhrita Padarenu, that one, and it will be Tulasi Navadama Damno, because Tulasi is also mentioned here. This is very nice text. 20. Can you repeat after me? The goddess of fortune,
Fortune,
Lakshmi,
Lakshmi,
the dust of whose feet
the dust of whose feet
is worn on the head by others,
is worn on the head by others,
waits upon you
waits upon you
as appointed,
as appointed,
for she is anxious to secure
for she is anxious to secure
a place in the abode of the king of bees,
a place in the abode of the king of bees,
hovers on the fresh wreath
who hovers on the fresh wreath
of tulsi leaves
of tulsi leaves
offered at your feet
offered at your feet
by some blessed devotee.
by some blessed devotees.
So who is offering tulsi leaves are really the blessed devotees. Tulsi has attained all superior qualities due to being placed at the lotus feet of the Lord. So, because Srivatsa Lakshmakim Anga Bhaga Bhajantastam, the whole thing, how the Lord has been praised by the Kumaras. Okay, let's read that sloka here. Dharmasya te bhagavatas yuga trivi sway.
न धर्मशास्त्रे भगवत स्त्रीयुग त्रिभिः सह. We lost the screen, Prabhuji.
Can't hear. Yeah.
Thing. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, give 1 second because of my error in the system. I have to reshare again. Give me 1 second. I don't know, it happens, it never happened for last many times. Okay, let's recite again. Dharmasya te bhagavata striyuga tribhi sway.
धर्मस्य ते भगवत स्त्रीयुग त्रिभिः सह.
Padbhisya characharam idam dvijadevatahatham. Nunamritam tad abhighati rajastamascha.
नूनमृतं तदभिघाते रजस्तमश्च.
तत्तेनानुवरदाय तनूवनिरस्य
Tattvenano Vradaya Tanuan Vanirasya.
Okay, so Anuradha Mataji, can you read the translation?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. The Lord is addressed in this verse as just a minute, Prabhu. The Lord is addressed in this verse as three yuga, or one who appears in three millenniums, namely the Satya, Dwapar, and Treta yugas. He is not mentioned as appearing in the fourth millennium or Kali Yuga. It is described in Vedic literature that in Kali Yuga he comes as Chan avatar or an incarnation, but he does not appear as a manifest incarnation. In the other yugas, however, the Lord is a manifest incarnation, and therefore he is addressed as Three Yuga, or the Lord who appears in three yugas. Mam hi partha vyapashrityepi syupap yunaya striyo वैश्याग तथा शूद्राग तेपि yanti pa- param gatim. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, and the Shudras, workers, can attain the supreme destination. Bhagavad Gita 3.9.32.
Thank you. So that's why it is also three yuga, Bhagavan, and in the Kali Yuga, it's like Channavatar. So Padvishwarajaram idam dvija devarthanam. So the Lord also appeared here. Now the Lord continued, because I am the servitor of my devotees, my lotus feet have become so sacred that I immediately wipe out all sin, and I have acquired such a disposition that the goddess of fortune does not leave me, even though I have no attachment for her, while others praise her beauty and observe sacred vows to secure from her even a slight favor. The Lord is saying this. And the devotee of the Lord or the Vaishnava does not take anything without offering it to the Lord. Since a Vaishnava dedicates all the results of his activities to the Lord, he does not taste anything eatable which is not first offered to him. The Lord also releases giving to the Vaishnava's mouth all eatables offered to him. It is clear from this verse that the Lord eats through the sacrificial fire and the Brahmana's mouth. It is confirmed here, right? I am the master of my unobstructed internal energy, and the water of the Ganges is the remnant left after my feet are washed. That water sanctifies the three worlds, along with Lord Shiva, who bears it on his head. If I can take the dust of the feet of the Vaishnava on my head, who will refuse to do the same? So these are all the praises by the Chaturkumaras. Okay, so can somebody take volunteer to read this?
I can read Prabhu.
Yes, go ahead, Mataji.
O Lord, you are the protector of the highest of the twice born. If you do not protect them by offering worship and mild words, then certainly the auspicious path of worship will be rejected by people in general who act on the strength and authority of your Lordship. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.16.23. One has to follow the authority Mahajan Mahajano yena yata sa santha. Great authority should be followed, otherwise, if we simply depend on the scriptures, we are sometimes misled by rascals, or else we cannot understand or follow the different spiritual injunctions. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.16.23. The the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Satchidananda Vigraha. His form is completely spiritual, full of bliss and knowledge, and it is eternal. Lord Krishna was never reduced in his position by becoming a cowherd boy or by offering respect to Sudama, Brahman, or his devotees like Nanda Maharaj, Vasudev Maharaj Yudhishthir, and the Pandavas' mother Kunti. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.16.24. O Lord, whatever punishment you wish to award to these two innocent people, persons or also to us, we shall accept it without duplicity. We understand that we have cursed two faultless persons. The cursing of Jaya and Vijay is here repented. Now the Kumaras are thinking in terms of their position in the modes of passion and ignorance, and they are prepared to accept any kind of punishment from the Lord. They express a willingness to accept any punishment the Lord deems appropriate for their inadvertent curse on faultless attendants, acknowledging their mistake. Hare
Very nice. So
Krishna.
it is how they've been, continuations of that, the Sachidananda Vigraha, and also for Mother Kunti's things come into picture here. And lot of, especially the Brahmanas part is much more glorified by in this verse. So in continuations of text 26 to 32, let me read. The Supreme Personality Godhead discloses that the punishment inflicted on his attendants, Jaya and Vijaya, was originally ordained by him in response to the sage's curse. It was ordained by the Lord, as I mentioned, because they are always misbehaving, even goddess Lakshmi. Jaya and Vijaya are destined to be born into a demonic family, but they will maintain a strong mental connection with the Lord through intensified anger, ensuring a swift return to his presence. And Lord Brahma said, after seeing the Lord of Vaikuntha, the Supreme Personal Godhead, in the self illuminated Vaikuntha planet, the sages left that transcendental abode. Then the sages left. Okay. It is still a respectful practice to circumambulate the Lord in Hindu temples, especially in Vaishnava temples. There is an arrangement for people to offer their respects to the deity and circumambulate the temple at least 3 times. So always it is a provision in a Hindu temple. All these incidents, therefore, were designed by the Lord Himself for the sake of His pastimes in the material world. Thus, He plainly says that it was done with His approval. Otherwise, it would have been impossible for inhabitants of Vaikuntha to come back to this material world simply because of a Brahminical curse. The Lord especially blesses the so-called culprits. All glories unto you. A devotee, once accepted by the Lord, can never fall down. That is the conclusion of this incident, because it is Lord is saying many times, Naam bhakta pranashyati.
Mm.
Kunteha pratijanahi naam bhakta pranashyati. My devotee never perishes. Sorry. So, in continuations of this one, sorry, can somebody read this?
Yes.
Rupananga Prabhuji, did you read anything or you are still there?
No, Prabhuji, I can read actually.
Yeah, can you read it? Yeah, read the whole thing. Yes.
Yeah. This departure from Vaikuntha was foretold by Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. She was very angry because why she left my abode and then returned. You stopped her at the gate while I was sleeping. Uh, the Supreme Personality of Godhead advised the two doorkeepers, Jaya and Vijaya, that um,
Didn't.
by scent of Bhakti Yoga in anger, they would be delivered from the curses of the Brahmanas. Srila Madhva Muni remarks in this connection that by practicing Bhakti Yoga, one can become free from all sinful reactions. Even a Brahma Shapa or curse by a Brahmana, which cannot be overcome by any other means, can be overcome by Bhakti Yoga. One can practice Bhakti Yoga in many rasas. There are 12 rasas, 5 primary and 7 secondary. The 5 primary rasas constitute direct Bhakti Yoga, but although the 7 secondary rasas are indirect, they are also counted within Bhakti Yoga. If they are used in the service of the Lord, in the other words, Bhakti Yoga is all inclusive. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 18.65, Manmana bhava madbhakta, always think of me. It doesn't matter which way one thinks. The very thought of the personality of Godhead is the basic principle of Bhakti Yoga. Srimad Bhagavatam
Thank you.
3.1.6.
So this is how this has been described, the Bhakti Yoga process here. And then we go to the 33, 37, the last portions of this one. So who else continue to read? Anyone?
I can.
Yeah, go ahead, Prabhuji.
Yes. Following the Brahmana's curse, gatekeeper Jaya and Vijaya experienced a decline in beauty and fall from Vaikuntha, causing disappointment among the demigods in their splendid airplanes. Lord Brahma continued, those two principal doorkeepers of the personality of Godhead have now entered the womb of Diti, the powerful semen of Kashyapa Muni's living, having covered them. Inakasipu and Inaksha, formerly Jaya and Vijaya, became Asuras, the demigods of this material world, would not control them. And therefore, Lord Brahma said that neither he nor all the demigods could counteract the disturbance they created. They came within the material world by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he alone could counteract such disturbances. When something is arranged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one should not be disturbed by it, even it is appear to be a reverse according to one's calculations. Hare Krishna.
Because Yogeswara api duratai yogamaya. Yogamaya, which is there, disturbance in Vrindavan also happens by the cause of the Lord himself. So Lord Brahma discloses that the fallen gatekeepers have entered the womb of Diti due to the powerful semen of Kasyap Muni with the potency of the twin asuras diminishing the power of the demigods. Lord Brahma emphasizes his inability to remedy the situation as the Lord himself orchestrates these events and instructs his sons that the Lord, control of the three modes of nature, will personally intervene for their rescue. The incomprehensible nature of the Lord's creative power, Yogamaya, is highlighted, and Lord Brahma expresses the futility of deliberating on the subject, affirming the certainty of the personality of Godhead's intervention for the benefit of all. So many times, many natural disturbances and all cause, these are also ordained by the Lord. That is for purification for us or to these people for our sinful reaction. But sometimes Lord has his own will, which we do not understand. So let's see the discovery here. It is everything happens with the will of the Lord, accepting the will of the Lord and following it with positive attitude. The wise is the one who accepts it and follows the path directed by acharyas, understanding and then application. Krishna consciousness is the path to follow. And in the application side, the Lord takes care of the devotees without even asking. Emphasizing the sanctity of devotees, the Lord expresses regret for the actions of his attendants. He apologizes to Kumaras to diffuse the situation. He sets up a good leadership example by accepting the error done by his attendants. Even in material world, we need to know the art of diffusing the tempting situations. Nowadays, if leader knows such kind of things, we'll not have the world war. But people are coming into the senses of their own ego. So stay away from getting angry instead of accept the truth and learn to accept the consequences. Maybe it is not meant for me instead of getting passionate to acquire it. So this is how my student has written. This is not my word. And then we have, let me stop sharing quickly. I think we have, what is the 16, right? Just a minute. Uh, 1 second. I'm getting the ABC. Yeah, maybe here 16 right here. Let me bring the PowerPoint here. Just we'll go to the questions. I know we are a little bit over time. I took a long time to explain. Okay. What do you see? You see the...
No, we don't see anything.
Oh, I'm not sharing?
No.
Okay. How did you read then?
No.
Oh, okay. I see. I stopped it for some time.
Mm.
Now can you see?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay. 7, 13. Okay. 16. Okay. So let's complete it. So can somebody read it again? The summarized verses, one paragraph.
Verses 1 to 12. The Lord, who is called Padmanabha, told the four Kumaras that he approved of the curse. In fact, he took responsibility for the mistake of the doorman and sought forgiveness from the Kumaras. The Lord explained that he would cut off his arm if it was hostile to his devotees, and that because he is the servant of his devotees. His lotus feet have become so pure. The Lord then requested that the doorman be allowed to return to his presence soon.
Verses 13 to 26. The Kumaras became astonished in the illuminating speech of the Lord. The Kumaras understood that they had cursed two innocent persons and were prepared to accept punishment from the Lord. The Lord explained that the punishment inflicted by the Kumaras was originally ordained by him. Therefore, the doorman will fall to a birth in a demoniac family and will be firmly united with the Lord through intensified anger and then return to his abode. Hare Krishna.
Verses 27 to 32. The four Kumaras then circumambulated
Padmanabha.
Padmanabha, offered not him obeisances and departed. The Lord not explained him to Jaya and Vijaya that their departure was foretold by Lakshmi, because as when she left his abode and then returned, they stopped her at the gate while he was sleeping. The Lord not returned unto his abode. Hare Krishna.
Verses 33 to 37. Jaya and Vijay lost their luster due to the curse of the Brahmanas, and they fell from Vaikuntha, and the demigod roared with disappointment. Lord Brahma explained that the doorman entered the womb of Diti, and that the prowess of these twin demons was the cause of the darkness in the universe. Brahma concluded that there was no remedy within his power because the Lord himself desired all this, and he alone would come to their rescue.
Thank you. So there are analogy here. A wrong act committed by a servant leads people in general to blame his master, just as a spot of white leprosy on any part of the body pollutes all of the skin. 23. When there is a fight between two persons, each of them protects the upper part of the body, the head, the arms, and the belly. Similarly, for the actual advancement of Himalayan civilization, the best part of the social body, namely the Brahmanas, the Kshatriya and Vaishya, the intelligent class of men, the military class, and the mercantile men, should be given special protection. 26. It was the Lord's desire to send them, Jaya and Vijaya, to the material world, not perpetually, but for some time. Therefore, just as on a theatrical stage, someone takes the part of enemy to the proprietor of the stage, although the play is for a short time and there is no permanent enmity between the servants and the proprietor. So the Surajana devotees were caused by the sages to go to the Asurajana or atheistic families. So the questions are here. Explain the comparison between the Kumaraj and Haridas Thakur in 2 we'll find out. An offense by devotee is considered to be what in relation to the Lord's, what results from neglecting to care for the helpless under one's protection. Give evidence proving that once entered Vaikuntha, one can never fall down. 12. How should one face a grievous situation created by a Brahmana? It's very punishment and sinful reactions there also. Examine how the Kumaras responded to the speech of the Lord. You know, explain why Lakshmi is sometimes envious of Tulsi Devi. It's there in 21 purport. Explain how the fighting spirit is present in the Lord. And what are the real reason for the cursing of Jaya and Vijay? And what role did Lakshmi play in the cursing of Jaya and Vijay? And what is the result of remembering the Lord in anger? It's also same result. Explain the significance of this incident happening at the gate of Vaikuntha and the brief overview. So this is the whole chapter. So any questions or comments from anyone before we end?
Oh, I have a question. Earlier,
Mhm.
verses we were talking about the offense to the Brahmanas, and
Mm.
talking about the gatekeeper incident. Now, if when you go to Jagannath Puri temple, there's many sections of the devotees there guiding you, and they can be a little bit aggressive, when they stop you and all that. So is that also an activity that we have to be careful not to offend them, even though they seem to be aggressive to us?
Yes, somebody can be aggressive, but from our side, we should be polite because
Yeah,
they have been serving the Lord since their childhood to the death.
yeah.
And that is the only service they have been doing. We are going for just a tourist.
Mm,
So we don't need to show up our pure devotion rather than be respectful to the
mm,
Vaishnavas. Sometimes it get chastisement and all because we are not also qualified. So we get some hit by
yes,
the situation.
yes.
We should understand
Mm,
it is our, we are not
clarification.
that competent or qualified enough to even enter. So we are being stopped by different sources. Obstacles comes because we are not fully Siddha Purush. So that's why many obstacles come in our life.
Mhm,
And in order to overtake, there is no need to be angry
mhm,
towards those Vaishnavas rather than tolerate, because it's a mere, because you become angry towards a Dham Basi,
mhm.
you get whatever
Offense.
spiritual credits you lose there, right? If you're going to
Mm,
Vrindavan anywhere, there are
mm,
sometimes maybe awkward situation, but in my humble opinion, try to avoid to be aggressive or rather than be submissive as much as possible if you can.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other points? So
Why
who is
would
Manidhar? Yes, Proji. Sorry.
I was saying in Vaikuntha Dham, there's no, that's why because Vaikuntha, there's no kuntha there, no anxiety, no misery, no. So what was the reason that Kumaras, they showed anger there? Because a bit for a moment they were angry. They realized their anger, of course, but they became angry and then cursed them.
Yeah.
Well,
So just like we know Jaya and Vijaya also, they have been, what is the reason for they have been jealous towards Lakshmi also? They're stopping because it is a open heart, right? So what is the things coming into their mind? So they have been accumulating some kind of grudges. So even though in Vaikunt, in the spiritual world, the anger is still there. When Krishna is angry towards gopis in Golok Vrindavan, even the gopis is angry towards Krishna. But those happen in the spiritual anger. So now in the terms of the Jaya and Vijaya's episode here, which has been there, why they fell down? Why? Because it was all ordained by the Lord. Even just like why not then Jaya and Vijaya selected that, okay, we take 7 Bharta as a Brahmin.
Mm,
Then that the Lord's whole plan is failure, right? He wants to fight with those people and he wants them to be a demon. But
mm,
let's assume that Jaya and Vijaya, because God is in the heart also, and He dictates what you even think. He
mm,
dictates what Kumbhakarna has to earn from Brahma. Okay, I will sleep 6 months and sleep. So we have to consider in whenever in a higher plane something happens, it is ordained by the Lord. Whenever in the lower plane something happens, it is my own sufferings.
mm.
That's the thing.
yeah, Chaitya Guru, he acts as a Chaitya Guru.
Yes.
That's Paramatma.
Paramatma is there, which is guiding through all of us. Okay, so Manidhar Prabhuji, who is our next presenter? Is
We have not assigned anybody else, Prabhu, for the rest of
for
the canto.
chapter 17? I will do then.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll see you on 22nd again. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Vancha
Thank you very much.
kalpatarvya kripa sindhya patitanam pavinebhyo vaishnavyo namo namo. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Please do your group exercise, okay?
Thank you.
Manindra Prabhu, can we stay for a few minutes, Mataji?
Yeah, yeah. I also want
Yes,
to ask
Prabhu.
that. Yeah.
Okay, so let me make you someone as a host. Who do I do?
You can make Rasvilas, Prabhu.
Yes.
Vilas. Okay, I make you the host. Okay, and I'm leaving. Thank you.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, um, so the challenge is for next 5 weeks I'm in India, I'm traveling.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Did
yeah.
y'all meet the other day? Remember you sent a
No,
message?
no, we could
Did
not. I sent, but
No,
I think Prabhuji was also busy.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
So
When
we can do, I mean, next Sunday I'm planning to attend. I mean, the good thing is, unless I'm traveling in India, that's only I will be missing. Like next Sunday, for example, I should be able to attend. The following Sunday may not be, but then July first week should be able to attend. But we can prepare, Mataji. You know, at least we should prepare and.
okay, what should we prepare? Last week, Prabhu said it's a 10-minute kind of thing, right? The presentation.
Yeah, 7 to 10 minutes, and then it should be inspired from scriptures, like especially it's Canto 3.
Hmm.
Manindra Bro, I mean, I'm a bit confused. Do you have an idea? Like, we did two so far. The first one was like all participated. It was kind of a script drama.
Yes.
Is that
Yeah.
the format also this time same or is different?
I think so because this also says a drama skit.
Is it Dharma or poetry also? But
Poetry, yeah.
that's
Okay.
other.
So,
How many we have, Prabhu, in our group? 4?
three.
3? Okay.
Three.
So we can take any pastime from this canto and come up
Yeah,
with some script.
I think we cannot directly say pastime.
Huh?
I think if I understood correctly, Prabhu, maybe we can send a text message in the group. I think we have to come up with our own, you know, as if in real life we are playing something, and
Mhm.
but we're taking the lessons from the scriptures.
Okay.
Like for example, something like I'm creating a situation, you know, creating a
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe, yeah. So,
Was
if
that
you,
how y'all did? Sorry, was that
if
how
you,
y'all did before?
if you, yes,
Not
Mataji, sorry.
Was it how you did before? Because it's not necessarily a pastime, that means. It's
Right,
just
that's what the first one we did. Yes, that one was, you know, we're talking among three of us, and then each other asking questions. Somebody played something, somebody played, you know, one character, other played the second character like that,
Uh-huh.
and we were asking. So,
We have to just find out a situation, what situation we can take which relates to this
yeah,
broadcast.
so the Canto 3, you know, first part is mostly cosmic world and, you know, Mahatattva and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
And then now it's uh, about Krishna's disappearance in between, and then now we started different incarnations. After that, we read about Varaha. Now we started about Hinaksha, Hinakashyap, and all that stuff. Jaya Vijaya. Uh,
Uh,
so so far there are like three divisions, you know, cosmic manifestations. Um, so how the thing is, how can we integrate those three? Uh,
the
both.
cosmic woman thing, Prabhu, let's say if devotees are talking and they just somebody is a neophyte and asks some question that okay, I think this Earth is the only one, and maybe this 9 planets is the only one we have, and
Mhm.
then a senior devotee comes in and probably try explaining little bit more like based on what we read.
How
So I
about
mean,
we start with Ganges? Like um, that somebody is sitting, one of us can play the role of a great sage, and then
uh,
the sage is doing tapasya in his mode of meditation, and then
uh,
somebody comes and then they um, somebody starting throwing uh, stones in the Ganges or something, just treating Ganges as usual water, and then sages are very merciful, and then they come and then try to explain, and then the third character comes, and in that way there is some discussion, and then we bring uh, the how Ganges came originated from the dust in the washing of Lord's lotus feet, and
uh,
then that's how we can form a story. And then what happens in Vaikuntha, uh, and then somebody can ask, oh, okay, only Ganges appeared from lotus feet. Then somebody, the sage can say, no, 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 no. This whole universe appeared actually from
uh,
not only lotus feet, but from his bodily feature. When he takes breath, then thousands, millions of universes originate from, and then somebody, so one person is indifferent initially. When Lord is, the sage is telling the first person about Ganges, this third person comes and is little bit indifferent. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. And then the sage tells about the whole universe with evidence. Then this second person also becomes interested in listening more, and that's where the engagement started. This discussion among three of them. I can write just first draft and share with you.
What is it
Sure.
last week that we should use all the different tools like ChatGPT and all that?
No, he said we can
What
use.
is it?
Yeah,
Huh?
we can use different tools. So
Yeah, he encouraging us to use all those
yeah,
tools.
so we can make a skeleton and then and use and modify it.
Okay.
And this is just a skeleton, Mataji. So we can
Yeah,
suggest
no problem.
a different story also, you know, or we can include 3 different stories, but it will be integration, right?
We
And
can
then
also bring the feature of offending,
right.
Brahmanas, like offending.
That's where that the second person is doing is trying to offend by becoming indifferent.
Yeah.
Because we should not be indifferent to sages, you know, we should respect them. So that could be the conclusion at the end, that okay, what did we observe from this short script or drama, and then we can summarize few key points that
No.
that we should trust in sages. They are knowledgeable. The knowledge comes from them. We should not be indifferent to them. Ganges water is holy water. One can wash their sins. You know, like that.
Okay. Okay. So you get a draft ready, and then we can add on things, or
Yes,
we
Mataji.
can
I can just
practice.
get a like a rough draft. Then both of you can input, and we can change. Yeah. So
And then,
Mataji, you do you have email? One email?
I have.
Because it will be easy to edit through emails. You know, sending drafts.
Okay.
What is the email? If you can type in chat.
I put in the WhatsApp group. Is that okay?
Or
Or
chat, you can put in chat box here. There is a chat.
I put it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Manidhar Bro, if you can also put in chat box.
Okay, I'm just driving, but I will just type. Yeah, mine is manoj@gmail.com.
I think I have your Manoj.
Manoj,
All together. A.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, at Gmail.
My last name
Yeah,
is
I got your
@gmail.com.
Mataji, yours.
I've already put KIRUPA108@gmail.com. Did you see it?
Yes, Mataji. KIRUPA.
KIRUPA.
Yes. KIRUPA108 at gmail.com. Okay, I just sent a text email, just test email. Should have it. Okay, so I'll come up with something, just draft and then share with you. Maybe we'll mid this week, coming week.
Okay.
Okay.
So we just have to aware of the time differences.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.